All right, so we're on to the next part of our quest, and here we go. We got this tree. Branch P is connected to a tree with the equation y equals x squared plus 3x minus 4. The gradient of the tree at that point is 7. Find the location of branch P. So that's the question is, why in the heck did somebody graph a tree? That is pretty funky. In fact, this funky deserves a funky wig. So here we go. We got branch P is connected to this tree, and we're going to figure out the location of branch P. So what information is given to us? Well, they tell us that we've got this equation, and the gradient of the tree at that point is 7. So the gradient of this is a quadratic, right? So it's a curve, but at some point, the gradient or the slope is going to be 7. All right? So that's the first thing we got to do is find out where is the slope going to be 7. But how do I find the slope of a curve? I just don't know. Oh, wait, yeah, I do know. I'm a math teacher. We're going to find the derivative. Remember, the derivative gives us the gradient of the slope. So we're going to go into that. We're going to go y equals x squared plus 3x minus 4. We're going to take the derivative of that. Okay? Now, this should be a pretty straightforward derivative, just like the ones we did in the last video. So we're going to go dy dx is equal to, man, my head's getting my face. This is why I don't have long hair. All right, we move the 2 in front, so that gives us a 2x. Remember, this is x to the first power, so move the 1 times the 3 is going to give me 3. The power of 1 goes to 0, and the derivative of the constant is 0. So there I get my derivative function. And then what it says is the gradient at P, the gradient at that branch, is 7. So that's the gradient. This right here is the slope or the gradient, the derivative is. And so I'm going to put 7 in right there. So I'm going to go 7 equals 2x plus 3. Now when I solve for that, subtract 3, 4 equals 2x, divide by 2, I get 2 equals x. Now that gives me the x value of the location of P, because that's the only place, this is the only x value at which my gradient will be 7. Okay, now given that that's the case, the x value is 2, but the location should have 2 values, an x value and a y value. So you got to make sure to have both of those, all right? So we got 2 equals x, and now we're going to put that back into our formula to find the y value. But remember, we want the y value. We don't want the gradient. So I'm not going to put it back into this function. I'm going to put it back into the original function that had the y in it, all right? So let's take the 2. We're going to plug it in there. So we're going to go y equals, I had a teacher once that had an issue with saying, plug it in. You know what? I got no problem with plug it in. What do you do with the plug? You stick it in somewhere and then you get the result, right? Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm sticking the 2 in there and I'm getting a result. Yes, I'm going to plug. All right, so there we go. We plug in the 2, we substitute the 2, and we work it out. So y equals 4 plus 6 minus 4, which gives me a value of 6. Therefore, remember to answer the question, find the location of branch P. Branch P is at x value of 2, comma, y value of 6, period. Question answered. Move on.